You know that feeling, right? You're in a meeting, you've got a great idea, and poof, it gets shot down before it even gets off the ground. Well, today, we're going to dissect a super high-stakes situation to show you the playbook for making your voice heard even when the pressure is seriously on. So let's dive right in.
Okay, just picture this for a second. You've just pitched something you've worked really hard on, and this is what you get back. Oof. It's so blunt, so dismissive. It's a total conversation killer, right? With just a few words, the whole vibe in the room just goes cold. The pressure is officially on.
So, that leads us to the big question, doesn't it? How do you actually save a good idea from a really bad response? Well, as we're about to see, it's often less about how great your idea is and way more about how you use your words. Okay, so let's set the scene. We're dropping into a sales meeting, and let me tell you, things are tense. The numbers are not looking good. The whole team's on edge, and the boss? Yeah, the boss wants answers now.
And the boss lays it out there. I want concrete solutions. He's not messing around. He's not interested in maybes or theories. He wants a real, actionable plan to drive sales. So, yeah, the challenge has officially been thrown down.
So Roger's the first one brave enough to speak up. And honestly, it's a pretty logical suggestion. The company's the most expensive one out there, so, lowering prices to compete a bit seems like a totally reasonable place to start, right?
Then Natalie jumps in with another classic sales strategy, a 2-for-1 promotion. I mean, it's a tried and true way to get product moving. So there we have it. Two pretty solid, if maybe a little conventional ideas are now on the table.
Okay, hang on. Before we see how the boss reacts to all this, let's hit pause for a second and decode some of that sales lingo we just heard. It's really important we're all on the same page with these terms to get what happens next. First up, drive sales. This one's pretty straightforward. It's a super common business phrase that just means, sell more stuff, increase sales, bring in more money. It's basically the #1 goal for any sales team.
Okay, next up is that word Natalie used, promotion. Now this is where it can get a little tricky, because this word actually has two totally different meanings in the business world. In this meeting, she's talking about a sales promotion, a short-term marketing thing like a buy one, get one free deal.
And as you can see here, the difference is huge. A sales promotion is temporary. It's a tactic to sell more product. But a job promotion, that's when you get a better title and more responsibility at work. It's permanent. It's super important to keep that difference clear in our minds for what's coming up.
All right, so now that we've got the lingo down, let's get back to that tense meeting. We've got two perfectly good ideas on the table from Roger and Natalie. Let's see how their boss took them.
And bam! A complete and total shutdown. The boss doesn't just disagree with the idea, he straight up attacks it. He calls it uncreative. And then, for the finishing blow, he hits him with that classic conversation killer, it'll never fly.
So, what does that even mean, it'll never fly? Well, as this table shows us, it's not literally about airplanes. In the business world, it's a powerful idiom. It basically means this idea is dead on arrival, or there's no way the higher-ups will approve this. It's a total verbal roadblock. And this right here, this brings us to a really crucial point. In business, a lot of the time, what you say is way less important than how you say it. So let's look at a few super simple ways you can upgrade your vocabulary to make what you say way more powerful.
So check out these 3 quick little upgrades. Instead of something vague like, he'll be here soon, try something with a bit more urgency, like, he'll be here any minute. Or instead of a passive, let's think about it, you could say, it's something we should consider. It just sounds more professional. And finally, why say, that's a good idea, when you can give it more punch with, that's a brilliant idea? See, these are small tweaks, but they can make a huge difference in how people perceive you. Okay, let's get back to our meeting for the grand finale. We're about to see how a few carefully chosen words and the arrival of a brand new person in the room can completely flip the entire script.
And just then, as if on cue, the door opens, and in walks the CEO himself, Mr. Swan. Yep, this is the guy the boss was so worried about, the one he said would never approve their ideas. Oh man, you could cut the tension in that room with a knife.
Okay, now watch this. The boss turns to the CEO and brings up Natalie's idea, the very same one he just shot down. But listen to how he phrases it. He says they were kinda considering a 2-for-1 offer. He's not fully backing it, right? He's just floating it out there to see how the CEO reacts. It's a really smart political play.
And what do you know, the CEO actually likes it. But listen closely to his words. It sounds like something we should consider. Hey, does that phrase sound familiar? That's one of those exact upgraded phrases we just talked about. And with that, the idea gets an instant stamp of approval.
And here it comes, the final twist. The boss, seeing his chance, jumps right in. He doesn't just agree with the CEO, he dials it up, calling it a brilliant idea. Hey, there's another one of our upgraded phrases. And just like that, he says, I'm glad we thought of that. Natalie's rejected idea has just become the boss's stroke of genius.
So, what does this whole thing teach us? Well, first, how you frame an idea is everything. The exact same idea can get shot down or celebrated, all based on who says it and how they say it. Second, your words really matter. Using that upgraded vocabulary can make an idea sound way more professional. Third, you've got to understand the office politics. And finally, confidence is key. How you deliver your idea can be just as important as the idea itself.
So I want to leave you with this final thought. It's not always the best idea that wins the day. It's the best communicated idea. So the next time you walk into a meeting with something you believe in, ask yourself, how are you going to make your idea fly?